Hey guys, my name is anxietyriddenlizzy and welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna get a little spooky. I'm posting this video on October 4th, so it is the first Friday of October. Today I wanted to keep it a little spooky for the rest of the month since Halloween is this month and it's also my favorite holiday. It's one of my favorite things in the world. This season has always been my favorite. I'm not sure why. My favorite movie is Nightmare Before Christmas, so Halloween through Christmas has always been my favorite things. So we're gonna kick it off with paranormal experiences. Let's get started. I'm only going to cover 2 paranormal experiences that I've had in my life. I've had a couple of more. These are 2 that have stuck with me for my entire life. They happened to me when I was pretty young. They're pretty significant in my life because I still feel some sort of way about them, and they basically reinforced my superstitions. I was raised Catholic, so I'm very superstitious. I believe in the afterlife. I believe very much in a lot of these things, which is probably why I have such a fascination with them. And also, being Mexican, we celebrate Day of the Dead, which is the welcoming of spirits, of good spirits and spirits of loved ones. My beliefs are kind of at the crossroads between that shit's scary and that shit's beautiful. These are just 2 of those experiences, but these are the experiences that are like, that shit's scary. The first experience happened to me, I think I was in 6th grade. It was just a normal night. I had just turned off the TV in my living room. So my house is a 2-story, and downstairs was the living room and upstairs was my room. To get to my room, you would go up the stairs and my door would be right off the stairs. It's a very weird house. That night I had just turned everything off and I was taking my shoes. It was these pair of pink Converse. I was walking up the stairs and for some reason I decided to put my shoes right at the center of the stairs. And I was like, yeah, that way in the morning I can get them. So then I went in my room and I locked the door. But then I realized, like, nope, your brother's gonna come in later. He's probably gonna be drunk or high. So move them out of the way. I open the door and I get the shoes, but I hear and see something from downstairs. So I can see light coming from downstairs and I can hear the static of the TV. Now the thing is that this TV was basically programmed to where there wouldn't be a lot of static. So you know how on TVs that aren't smart TVs, older TVs, if you disconnected the cable box or anything connected to it, or turned off the cable box or anything connected to it, it would go into static. That TV would only do about maybe 2 to 5 seconds of static before it would just go pitch black, and then you could turn it off. What happened was, that night, I saw the static coming from downstairs. So I walked downstairs, after I moved the shoes, I walked downstairs, and I'm staring at this TV, and I think maybe a good 30 seconds passed before I got too freaked out, turned it off, and ran up to my room and just locked the door and started praying. That terrified me because I knew for a fact the TV wasn't supposed to do that. I don't know what might have been behind it. It's not that big of a scary story, but it was still pretty frightening to me because to this day I can remember that night. And I remember what I was wearing. I was wearing a white shirt and it was either a navy blue skirt or the navy blue shorts that I had. One of those 2, because it was when we still had uniforms. It traumatized me a little bit. So then the second story I have is a little bit creepier. This one wasn't at home. This one is at a haunted hospital. So in Laredo, there's a hospital called Mercy Hospital. I was born there. This hospital was probably open. It probably closed like in 2001 or 2002. The last cousin of mine that was born there, he was born in 2001, I think, or 2000. You can tell I'm not really close to my cousins. He was born there last in like the early 2000s, so it was closed around that time. Hospitals are known to be creepy after they're abandoned simply because people die in hospitals, so most likely there's stuff lingering. That hospital has so many legends with it. Like, there's people that go down there. There's the history that at some point the police department was using it as a training grounds basically, and somebody got locked in the basement accidentally. They didn't realize it until like almost a day later. The things that I've seen have mainly been like, I've seen figures on the windows passing by it, and there's one thing that my mom would never let us do, which would be like pass at night, because there was one side of the hospital where if you passed at night, you could see a little girl running from one side of the road to the other and then disappear. That hospital is so creepy. And like, I've never been inside. I know people that have been inside and are terrified of it. I've always wanted to, but at the same time, I'm too chicken shit to do it. Even though this stuff fascinates me and I love abandoned things. I love abandoned buildings. I love abandoned areas like cruise ships, planes, anything like that that's abandoned. The story behind it interests me so much. Like, there's a series here by Bright Sun Films, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, by Jake, and he does abandoned an abandoned series, which is just talking about like different stores and stuff like that that ended up being abandoned. I have so much interest in it, but I know for a fact that I would never be able to walk into an abandoned building. I'd be too terrified because of how superstitious I am. I love the idea of it. I take so much interest in the past, but at the same time, I'm terrified of it. Hopefully I don't experience any more ghost stories, although it intrigues me, and although I love watching scary movies and stuff like that, the trauma, I would not be able to deal with the trauma. Those are all the creepy stories I have right now. Those are my main paranormal experiences. Wish I had more to tell you guys. At the same time, I'm kind of thankful that I don't. Thank you guys so much for listening to me to talk about my little creepy stories. I'll have another video next week that'll probably be a little bit creepier than this. And even though I say that I don't think I would ever be able to go into an abandoned place alone, the next few videos you're gonna see me doing exactly that. Probably not alone, because I'm still too scared, but you'll see me go to a place that I'm too scared to go alone. But that's for next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video if you guys want to see more story times and stuff like that. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Click the notification button so you can see my videos every Friday at 5 p.m. And comment down below any paranormal experiences that you have had. That's all I have for you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Bye guys.